Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we're actually going to be talking about crypto, but specifically, we're going to be talking about a Black Swan event, not in the way that a lot of other, XRP YouTubers talk about a Black Swan event happening. I personally think that XRP itself could be the Black Swan event of crypto. And why do I think that, or how do I think that that will actually come to fruition? Well, it's very, very simple. So let's actually talk about this. Let's get into it and let's really address this problem or concern. So when this XRP lawsuit happened, I know a lot of people were terrified that we're, holding XRP. A lot of people did, for a fact, kind of buy crypto on that dip or XRP on that dip. I personally did buy it on that dip on Uphold. Now, when we're talking about XRP and we're talking about a lot of people who thought that this was just, it's SEC versus XRP, so XRP is going to be, going to zero, it's dead, it's garbage, whatever. I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a factor this SEC lawsuit actually is, not only versus Ripple, but versus all of crypto. Okay, so for an example, right, if XRP loses and becomes, a security asset, they deem it a security, what do you think the next target asset is in their targets, right? It is Ethereum. Okay, and you might be wondering, well, why? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it's very simple, right? They were deeming XRP a security contract because, one, they said that XRP's framework was not built out entirely before they were actually selling XRP to ODL customers. And then they didn't say anything about Ethereum actually holding an ICO before Ethereum was actually built or the framework behind Ethereum. But also, we do see Ethereum 2.0 still making upgrades to the network and also the infrastructure of Ethereum. So technically speaking, Ethereum in itself, from what they are saying in regards to the Howey test on XRP, would make Ethereum a security. So if they deem XRP a security, they would obviously have to go after Ethereum, right? So overall, when we talk about this entire space, we know that stablecoins are in their targets too. They're talking about USDT or Tether. They're talking about USDC as well. They're going after exchanges like Coinbase in terms of funding or the funding programs and stuff. And we talk about what happens next, right? We talk about if Ripple wins this lawsuit, what will happen. If Ripple loses this lawsuit, what will happen? I think either way, if it wins or loses, I think that we will see a Black Swan event or some sort of event unfolding after. And how do we get there? Well, very simple. So first off, I do want to talk to you guys about the main problems right now. We see the path going forward with Gary Gensler. He's talking about there are gaps in regulatory clarity in cryptocurrencies. He's talking about warning signs and flashing lights around stable coins. He's talking about SEC could suspend trading of 270 China-related companies if Chinese disclosure does not improve. He's talking about often there's not something behind it other than what someone will pay you. SEC chair says cryptocurrencies have been a catalyst for change. And he's just kind of talking about targeting crypto entirely and pretty much almost every aspect of crypto. We also see here SEC's Gensler doesn't see cryptocurrencies lasting long. I think that is an absolute idiotic statement, to be completely honest with you. I see crypto thriving in the future, and I honestly see paper cash or just paper money entirely losing its value more and more as government spending kind of increases, as well as money kind of just flows out the door. And then we also see even more news happening with this. We even see here SEC Chair Gary Gensler wants to crack down on the Wild West of crypto, which is talking about also stable coins, by the way, just to give you guys that quick insight. But when we talk about this, right, we talk about so much, understandings of what could happen in a catalyst event if they did go after stable coins, if they went after other assets in the space other than XRP, right? We should actually all be thankful that they went after Ripple and XRP because Ripple had all of they had the funding behind them to really kind of counter this lawsuit, right? They had all the resources that they needed to win this lawsuit as well. If you actually looked at their entire legal team, it's massive. It's like a legal army, if you will. So, if they went after any other asset in the space, I don't think that the case would have went on this long. I think that the SEC would have probably won that case. So we should be thankful that they went after XRP and Ripple because I think that this is actually one of the most legitimate assets in the space for what it is worth. Now, when we talk about this case, we do know that Brad Garlinghouse wants full clarity, right? He wants absolute certainty from the US SEC, and this is totally fine. I think that this is actually the best way to go about it, because when we talk about this, he wants a bright future for XRP and for Ripple, the company itself, right? Because he does want the IPO listing. He also wants, XRP to essentially replace Swift, or I should say David Schwartz actually does want, XRP to replace Swift, and pretty much be utilized on a massive scale at an ease and efficiency basis. And they do expect, at some point in time, maybe a government agency buying XRP and pretty much putting a monetary value on it. But when we talk about the future of XRP and Ripple, if they do get absolute clarity and regulatory clarity comes to the space, how many of these 12,157 assets that are in the space right now, which goes up day by day, by the way, will be pretty much gone off of exchanges? I mean, think about how many of those assets are either copy and pasted BSC tokens, or just kind of meme tokens that have no utility or just no use cases entirely. And how many of these are just speculative assets that people don't even really care about to know what they actually do or how many coins the team holds? Also, we talk about insider trading. A lot of that stuff goes out the window once regulatory clarity comes into the space, especially the whole idea of, somebody advertising a token that they're getting paid to shill. Is that going to be a problem once regulatory clarity comes? I think so, right? Also, I just want to say right now, all of that money that's in those meme coins and those BSC tokens that are copy and pasted code, and we talk about all these other assets, all that money will flow back into utility grade tokens, or the token that is the number one asset, or in the top 10. And XRP at that point will be the asset to have regulatory clarity. So just think about how much money will flow into XRP if XRP is the first asset to get regulatory clarity. Think about that. Plus, we do see a lot more, pretty much just media focused on this entire SEC case. So think about how many people know about XRP right now and is waiting for, clarity to happen for XRP, or if XRP is going to win or lose, to buy or sell. Now, I always say, always remember that if XRP loses the SEC case, then every other coin in the crypto scene is next. If you are passionate about crypto, then you should be passionate about XRP winning the case. It's detrimental for the scene to be looked at in a legitimate way. Now, what if, and this goes all the way back to January 2021, by the way, but what exactly happens if XRP loses the case? What will be the basis of that? Well, we even see down here, so the answer to the question, what if Ripple loses the case, no one knows besides them, but relocating to a friendlier jurisdiction is most likely to serve the interest of XRP holders in such a scenario. But that's not the case, right? Because even in that sense, if they do move, who's going to regulate Uphold and all these other exchanges in the US in order to buy or sell XRP? Will we basically have to give up our XRP? Will it have to be confiscated? What is the understanding here? Because, we don't know what will happen at that point, but we do know that if Ripple does lose and XRP does get, deemed a security, this entire space is going to be under attack from the US. If you are outside of the US, I don't know how, all the markets will react, but I could just say right now, crypto will most likely experience a black swan event in that case. And I think crypto will even experience a black swan event in the case that XRP does win as well, because if XRP does win and regulatory clarity comes to the space, I think a lot of those assets will disappear, a lot of money will flow out of this market, and then, obviously flow most likely back into legitimate assets like XRP and the utility tokens. But I think that it's very interesting to see entirely what comes out of this case, because I think either way, we could see a black swan event from the XRP side. I think XRP could be the catalyst for a major black swan event in crypto. It's not going to be so much, a blackout event where, the internet gets shut down or this happens or that happens. I mean, I'm not a tinfoil hat wearer, but I will say I think that this lawsuit has been a huge catalyst for the entire crypto space since the beginning of its inception. And I think a lot of people undermine that, and they just think that it's the SEC versus Ripple instead of the SEC versus all of crypto. And I think Gary Gensler made that clear with all of his statements going after all of crypto. Now, we do see here, no matter if you love XRP or you hate XRP, the entire crypto community needs Ripple to win against the SEC. If they don't, it will set a nasty precedence here in the US that could be crippling to our industry. And this is 100% fact, right? This goes back to December 23rd, 2020. And I think that this is the truth, right? because this really kind of shows you exactly how shocking this entire scene could be if XRP does lose. Because, I think a lot of crypto is going to be the target of the idea of the Howey test, if you will. Now we also see here exactly this is why we need Ripple to win the lawsuit. All of the crypto community needs to come together. It's not Ripple and XRP versus the SEC. It is the SEC versus all of crypto. And I think that Coinbase made that clear with their idea of the funding or the lending program that they were going to do. I think that this is a perfect example of that. They were talking about how the SEC hasn't really been fair to them. They kind of went back on what they were talking about in regards to the yield funding. So I think this is all hand in hand in the idea of it's the SEC attacking crypto. Crypto has been under attack this entire year pretty much. And I think a lot of people are just kind of blind to see that because they don't like XRP. They think that XRP is just, a garbage coin. It's a scam. It's that, whatever the case, right? But we also see here, in case you missed it, how the SEC's reported Uniswap Labs investigation could signal a new era of enforcement. You guys remember when this happened, right? This is exactly what is happening. It's an attack on all of crypto, on DeFi. DeFi is the biggest problem right now for the governments. They don't want, decentralized finance. They want to make sure that it is centralized in the hands of the government. So when we talk about all of this, being a big catalyst event, I think the XRP case was the biggest black swan event. We just haven't seen, the aftermath of it yet because it hasn't ended yet. I think once it does end, I think that that's when we will see a major catalyst event happening throughout all of crypto, especially in regards to clarity or if something is a security or a currency in a sense, right? So overall, to wrap this up, I think XRP is the major black swan event of crypto. I don't think that it was ever, government shutdowns or the internet being shut down or this, that, whatever the case may be. I think that a lot of those do have a hand in it, but I think for what it is, I think XRP itself is the black swan. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and also turn notifications on. Also, let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below, because I think that this is an interesting takeaway on the XRP case. So let me know what you guys think. But with that being said, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.